Hello and welcome to the Holy Grail of Poker. This is a tutorial video on the import function, and it's an important function and an important video because if the import is not set up correctly, then a number of these other tabs like Monitor and Analyze won't work correctly. So when you open this should already be selected, automatically detect installed poker software, and chances are if you're saving hand histories where in the common places to save hand histories or the default places from the poker sites, then this should be working fine. One thing you'll have to make sure and do is go to your poker software, like I pulled up here, Full Tilt, and make sure that it's saving hand histories correctly. Because our software reads the hand history file that is saved. I can open this folder and confirm that it's in fact saving hands. So that's what you need to do. Open your poker software. In Full Tilt, you go to Options and Hand History. And if you're using another poker client, then it'll be something similar, but you'll find a place to say, I want to save my hand history, so that needs to be checked. And this is the default location, so that's fine. And I have them here saved for 30 days, which is also fine. And so it should be as simple as that. I just hit start and it should start importing my files. I have a tournament hand history in there, and it's telling me currently the Holy Grail of Poker only provides analysis for cash games. So, and I've already imported all the hands, but I would click start and it would just start importing right there. I could go to manual import and import a single file, or I could import a folder. And when I'm importing, if you want all of the functionality of the Holy Grail of Poker, you'll need to have Analyze Hands selected. And importing hands into the Holy Grail of Poker with Analyze Hands selected is very different than other poker applications that don't do any analysis. So when the Holy Grail of Poker imports a hand or a series of hands, it analyzes every decision that you've made, and each decision post-flop will take 1 to 2 seconds, depending on where you set up the simulation level. So if it's average or default, that'll be 1 to 2 seconds per decision. You can make it faster or slower, but doing so will change the variance. The manual import's relatively straightforward, so is automatic if you're saving your hand histories in the normal location. One thing I'd like you to remember with respect to importing is you shouldn't have any problem if you're using Poker Tracker. Our customers have had no problems with that. If you're using Hold'em Manager, sometimes Hold'em Manager grabs onto the hand history file and the Holy Grail of Poker can't read it. Some people have had trouble with this, some people haven't. If you have trouble, then what you should do is add a folder and browse to the location where Hold'em Manager saves the hand history after importing it into Hold'em Manager. And that should solve that problem for you. If you are still having trouble with the import function, go to Import Tips. You can see a list here at the bottom of possible solutions to the problem. The most common problem is that the actual hand history isn't being saved in the folder that you think you're saving it in. Another common problem is people will try to import hands that aren't No Limit Texas Hold'em cash games. And right now the software only works for Full Tilt, Stars, and a number of other sites listed here for No Limit Texas Hold'em. And I believe pot limit games work as well, cash games only. And then here this mentions the example where another program's moving your hand histories, perhaps moving them before the Holy Grail of Poker is able to import them, and so you need to make sure that's not a problem. And also, if you're importing hands that aren't in English, currently we only support English. And we want to keep reminding you the import speed issue. This is slower because we're not only importing them, we're analyzing every decision you ever make. If you only want to import hands for profiling purposes and you don't want them analyzed, then you can uncheck Analyze Hands and just import them, and that'll go faster, and it's only for profiling purposes. I hope that's helpful. If you have any further questions, please come to us on our forum, or you can and you can get to it by clicking here, or you can send us an email by clicking on "We look forward to hearing from you" or from our website. Thank you for your time.